What's up everyone? I'm going to talk about Whitebeard today in set 3 because that's what I used to win this Luffy card for the Store Championships. So let's just get right into it. So I played Edward Newgate, and I think it's very well positioned within this format, this set. It's clearly S tier along with Zoro and probably Law in my opinion. But Newgate, the great thing about it is it goes so favorably into Zoro and it goes favorably into Law, I think. It's definitely a hard matchup, the Law matchup, but I think we got some tricks that I'll show you guys some of the things we can do to get around some Law players. So we'll start with the 2Ks. I got 4 Makino, 4 Otama, and 4 Jozu. Nothing really out of the ordinary there. Then we'll go into our searcher, which is Izo, and then our vanillas. So there's some variation you can do with the vanilla package in this set format. Some people like more of the 4 drops and 5 drops, but this is how I'm doing it. 2 Atmos, 1 Kingdu, and 4 Thatch. So that just, I feel like, gives me my best ratios because what I always try to do is play Marcos on curve. So if I'm going second, it allows me to play Marco on curve on turn 2 and then go straight into my Thatch. I don't really care if this card gets blown up. If it does, it's a bait card. Like against black, I love it when they waste their turn and give me cards to blow this up. If they Kobe and discard a card from their hand for that, that's 2 cards out of hand because they had to play down the Kobe too. So I'm already like amassing huge hand advantage by turn 2, and I just think that's such an advantage for Whitebeard in general. And then we have 3 Ace and 4 Newgate. Some people might argue 3 Ace is too many. I think they're wrong. I've seen lists that have 1 using 1 or 2, but I just think Ace is such a good card. It's literally probably my favorite card in the deck. You can do so much with it. It's versatile, it has rush, and it can clear a board in a second. And it combos really well with 9-drop Newgate. So then let's get to the events. Nothing too crazy here. 4 Radical, 3 Guard Point, 3 Whitebeard Pirates, and this is the only little bit of spice, 2 Crossfire. So let me talk about Crossfire for a second, because I think this is a really good card in this format right now. First off, it's searchable by Izo. It can be used during your turn or your opponent's turn. And it has Trigger, which I actually used last night, which is actually really good. It's minus 4k during your or your opponent's turn to a character. Cannot be used on your opponent's leader. But what's so good about it is if you're put on going first, on turn 4, you can play down 5-drop Marco with Crossfire and pop a 7,000 character or lower. I mean, you're popping laws while establishing board. It's purely just advantage. You're losing nothing. And that's a huge play you can do against Law that can really hurt them. If you can establish a Marco on curve and then play down another Marco with Crossfire, you have so much advantage on board, and these guys aren't going anywhere if you don't want them to. That's another good thing about Crossfire. It's very pitchable. You don't mind getting rid of it for the blocker Marco or the offensive Marco. You can go either way with it. So this is the list how I like it right now. I feel like it gives me the best lines and ratios to attack any deck any way I want. It goes really well into Zoro for sure. That's what I played the most last night. I played against 3 Zoros, 1 Ace, and 1 Smoker. I still think this format, if you're to ask me what's the hardest matchup for the deck, I still think it's Smoker. I think it's Rob Lucci. I think it's Black. Black decks go really well into Newgate, and I think they always will. And my only advice I give for that is be aggressive with your Marcos. Swing with them, be aggressive, knowing that they can come back. If they want to spend resources just eliminating cards, that's fine, because you can play math, the game of math, the entire game. And you just have to manage their hand while managing yours. And that's honestly the biggest advice I could give for what is, in my opinion, your worst matchup. So let me know what you guys think. If you guys have any suggestions, anything that's working for you guys really well, let me know. We'd love to hear it. We'd love to try it. And leave your comments and thoughts below. Thanks, guys.